Frank Spino here. I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about format and size. When I have a new idea, I will often try it out in a number of different formats and in different sizes. What do I mean by format? Well, when I choose a subject to paint, I have to decide if I want to compose it as a square or any number of rectangular shapes from a squarish to a long horizontal rectangle. These are referred to as landscape image orientations, or I might do it as a vertical, or what is referred to as a portrait orientation. So that's format. Having decided the format, then I move on to choose the size I want to paint the painting. Often I'll begin with something small, 8 or 10 inches, and in that I'll work out the composition I like and choose pigments or the color palette that I want to use for this painting. And then if I like what happens there, I determine whether I want to invest my time in a larger painting. Case in point, for this year's Florida Watercolor show, I submitted Key Lime number 1. It is a half sheet in a vertical format. After finishing that, I tried the same painting in a square format. And after that, I painted it as a full sheet in a horizontal format. Format and size can make a big difference in the presentation of a piece. As I said earlier, I will often try out an idea in many different formats and sizes. Here's a 14 by 14 inch study I did for calamundins in glass. I liked this square format, but then I painted it in a horizontal format at 30 inch by 40 inch. That's a big difference. The small one is nice. The large painting is a statement. It has a lot more impact when it's hung on a gallery wall. Here's a study I did for calamundins inside and outside. Note the size of my fingers. This is 7 by 10 inches. You might have guessed it. We have a calamundin tree in our yard. That's why I paint it all the time. I liked the study so much I framed it. And then I painted it as a full sheet, roughly 22 by 30 inch. I've grown kind of tired of the standard formats and recently have done a lot of paintings in a long horizontal format. Here's a study I did for bronze water lilies. This is 5 inch by 16 inch. And here's the full-size version I did at 13 by 41 inch, hanging in the home of the person who bought it. This is another recent long horizontal painting, Autumn Leaves in the Stream. It is 14 inches by 40 inches. And I did a whole series of paintings after a visit to a vineyard. This is a vertical painting I call Riesling on the Vine, which is 13 inches wide by 30 inches tall. And speaking of size, here's a 9 by 9 inch study I did for Sunlit Citrus. This was a quick painting done to work out my palette. Once again, take note of my hands for the purpose of scale. I like this little study, so I tried a more serious rendition at 12 inch by 12 inch, still small. I was happy with that, so I thought I would go as big as I ever go onto a full sheet of watercolor paper. This is Sunlit Citrus at 21 inch square. And I'd been thinking about moving up in size for a long time, and I came across some very large paper, so I thought I would go for broke. And here is Sunlit Citrus 30 by 30. The scale's a little hard to tell here, but it's pinned to a 24 by 36 inch cork board. It might not be easy to see, but each attempt at a larger painting got incrementally more difficult, mainly due to the fact that what was once a postage stamp size dab of color now covered a pie plate. So, what conclusions can I make about using different formats and different sizes? First, Changing the format can push you into new approaches to composition, and breaking away from your typical approach might give you a new perspective on your subject. It could also help you recognize that one painting is more suited to a horizontal landscape format, while another might be calling for a vertical portrait format. As far as size, I often try to work out an idea on a small scale, quickly and inexpensively, and then I might realize I want to do it larger. And one benefit of that is I've already worked out my palette, and I will have covered the subject once, and this makes painting it a second time more fluid, and it goes more quickly. And quick is good in watercolor. Size can have an impact, but I'm not here to say that something has to be big to be important or engaging. But a wall of color, as I like to put it, can have some stopping power, and it can take possession of that wall. And maybe that's what a buyer is looking for their home. So there's a quick look at format and size and how it can be added to the choices you make before you paint. This is Frank Spino wishing you happy painting.